Thank you for joining us on Black Investments Matter. I'm Antoine Anderson, and today we're going to be talking about one of those key important investments. That's the investment into your education and what the affirmative action ruling from the Supreme Court will mean to you going forward. As a college graduate and a former educator, middle school educator here in the state of Georgia, I've always recognized the importance of investing in oneself as a way to balance the playing field and increase your earnings potential over your lifetime. In addition to that, an education can lead to better understanding of systems and organizations and how you go about creating, conducting, and managing businesses that can lead to more profitable outcomes for your families, generational wealth building. Education is the foundation of all of that. Now, that said, this ruling today kind of hinders that effort as it limits the ability to use race as a determining factor on whether or not an individual can receive an education at a particular university. We're no longer looking at race as a determining factor. That's all well and good, but it has never been that way in the United States. Take in case this letter from Dr. Marion Hood. Dr. Hood was an applicant to a particular university here in the state of Georgia, who was applying to this university in 1959. That wasn't that long ago. Now, in this letter, he was denied clearly and solely based on his race, as it so plainly stated. Um, he was not allowed because he was, and I quote, a member of the Negro race. Now, fortunately for Dr. Hood, he went on to get his education and he received his $5 application fee back. That was typed in the footnote of that letter. But it's just stinks of the type of discrimination we're talking about here. Now, I do want to draw attention to one thing um, in this ruling today that should not be glanced over. It was probably the best example of black on black crime at the highest, most educated level. And I'm just going to read what Clarence Thomas read to the over the microphone during this ruling, and it also includes a retort that Katanji Jackson did not read but submitted to the court. So let's go ahead and get into that. First and foremost, Clarence Thomas writes, while I'm painfully aware of the social and economic ravages which have befallen my race and all who suffer discrimination, I hold out enduring hope that this country will live up to its principles so clearly enunciated in the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States that all men are created equal, are equal citizens, and must be treated equally before the law. Now, in her dissent, Ketanji Brown Jackson goes directly at Thomas, and rightfully so. She was said to have accused uh, uh, Clarence Thomas, Justice Thomas, of having a let them eat cake obliviousness in how the ruling announced color blindness for all by legal fiat. Burn. And she further writes, Justice Thomas ignites too many more straw men to list or fully extinguish here. The takeaway is that those who demand that no one think about race, a classic pink elephant paradox, refuse to see, much less solve, the elephant in the room, the race linked disparities that continue to impede achievement of our great nation's full potential. In her broader dissent, she wrote of Uh, the challenges that affirmative action programs are unfair blinks both history and reality in ways too numerous to count. But the response is simple, she says. Our country has never been colorblind. There you have it. I don't care how you take this information. That is just the sum of what I'm feeling right now. It's just how can you say in one breath that you want this country to rise to the occasion. And when the occasion comes, you write in your dissent, not right now. We're not asking you to give a rubber stamp to affirmative action, Clarence Thomas. What we're asking you is in your dissent and in your ruling, you address that discrimination that you acknowledge is around. For those of you who even care to leave your comments, do so at the bottom. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and let's talk about this in a broader chat. Talk to you later.